Huh? What's that? You didn't think I'd be playing Zelda 2? Well, excuse me! I think you'll find that I am. Or Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Not The Legend of Zelda 2, Zelda 2, Adventure of Link. Unlike the first game, this is the first time Link went on an adventure of any description. According to Shigeru Miyamoto, at least. There's a sword on a cliff. Must be Link's sword, I suppose. You never see that thing in the game, but there's a sword on a cliff and it's stuck in the ground. And there's a bunch of water underneath it, because it's happy to exist. The forest is also just minding its own business. Oh, what's this? Another excellently translated story, I'm sure. After Ganon was destroyed, Impa told Link a sleeping spell was cast on Princess Zelda. She will wake only with the power of number 3 Triforce sealed in a palace in Hyrule. To break the seal, crystals must be placed in statues in 6 well-guarded palaces. Link set out on his most adventuresome quest yet. Adventuresome quest. Well, I think actually that all was written with grammar that your 6th grade English teacher might not be upset by. I don't know if adventuresome is a real word. I'm guessing it probably is, and that makes Nintendo more intelligent than me, because I don't know what it is. But we saw the plot. Let's not waste any more wasting this. Let's start playing the game. Where am I? Some people would say this game is a waste of time to be playing. Unfortunately, we are in it's the same name registration system as the first game. And I've forgotten already how I even did it the last time. The court rock will do. Now you press the select button, that's right, you got to go to the end, and then it's finished. Actually, it's actually not bad at all when you know how to do it, but we're court rock, and we're heading in. What's this, free lives? What nonsense is this? This is Zelda, there's no lives. Well, this is the Zelda where there are lives. And it's also the Zelda where, as you can see, you're in a 2-dimensional side-scrolling platform game. Zelda 2 is a very, very strange entry in the series, you might gather. It's the weirdest game in the whole series, in fact. Nintendo decided to take a radically different approach with the sequel, turning it into a completely different type of game, which they had a habit of doing. Mario had the same thing. Super Mario Bros. 2, you're jumping on stuff and throwing them, and vegetables, and the Frog King, and all of that. All those mechanics that were never seen again. And, well, they did the same thing here. With different... most people like Mario 2, but Zelda 2 is a completely different beast. This is a very much more hated game. I don't know what the internet thinks of it at the moment, but I think it's always usually been less well liked than the first one. I'm going to be finishing the whole thing. If you were reading this story, you'll have seen that the princess has been put under a spell by Ganon, and she's asleep, and there she is sleeping up there with some torches on either side. Not the most safe thing in the world to have a couple of blazing torches right beside her, but they're there. And Link's here he just started the game standing here staring at her. And we're going to leave now to save her. Link is 16 years old in this game, I just remembered that. I said it in the enclosed instruction book. Anyway, now we're on the world map. But it's not like the overworld from the original first Zelda game, because you just navigate to key places here, and if you bump when you walk for a while, then stuff appears, and they're monsters, but some of them are nice fairies that heal you. Not that we needed them. Didn't need the fairy here, which is... It's pretty rare that anybody would be saying that when playing this game, because Zelda 2 is insanely hard. Just ridiculously hard. Okay, there was no enemies here. Why don't we get enemies? If you bump into an enemy when you're on the light grass like this, you get a less dangerous encounter than when you're in the forest, so we're going in the forest. This is really like Zelda 2 really has more in common with traditional Japanese RPGs than it has with, with Zelda. For a start, that in the top right of the screen you'll see the numbers. This is going well already. Brilliant stuff. I'm getting demolished. Doesn't help, these twerps keep appearing and not appear. They don't stop appearing. Brother, I'm half healthed. It's quite possible I'm going to get destroyed here. I don't know why I'm sticking around. Yeah, I'm not sticking around anymore, this is over. They don't even give you any experience points. In fact, nothing gave me experience points. Well, we've been just demolished. Let's head into the town here. The side-scrolling 2D town. Welcome to Mario. That's another thing. If you've played Ocarina of Time, you might recognise the names of the towns in this game. They're all the same names as the big sages from that one. We can talk to townspeople. As an old woman. Hello, young fellow. That's what she has to say. People that are walking around will just say some generic thing, but people that are just standing still, like this woman, will have something interesting to say. In theory. Return the crystal to the palace in Parappa. Yeah, that's the first dungeon. That's what Link's trying to do. There's a young woman. There was none of them in the first game. Hyrule must have gotten some immigrants or something. There were no young people at all before. Sorry, I know nothing. Well, that's unfortunate. But we do know from what she said that we've got to take 6 crystals to palaces. That's right. This is the menu here. And if you look at the bottom, there's numbers. The bottom number is a little blue orb thing with 6 beside it. Link has 6 crystals. He's carrying 6 crystals, and he's got to take 1 crystal to each of the big palaces to wake Zelda up. That somehow wakes her up. I don't know why it does. We can go inside houses. Oh yeah, this game really revealed a lot about Hyrule. For one thing, people don't just live in caves anymore. They live in actual real houses. And there's not just old men and women and shopkeepers. If all else fails, use fire. That's good advice. You'll be getting fire eventually, and if everything else you try fails, then you can use that. Anyway, Link is struggling for health. His health thing is beeping constantly, which is the sort of thing that annoys a lot of people. Not me, but you'll not be annoyed too much longer, because if we talk to this young red woman, she asks Link to come inside, and then she somehow heals him off screen. There's no indication of what she did to cause his health to come back. A lot of speculation on the internet, but I don't know what the truth actually is. And the internet being the thing it is, you can probably guess what kind of thing they're speculating. Only the hammer can destroy a roadblock. It's good advice. But we've been healed, we could leave this crummy 2-bit town. Sorry, you know nothing, yeah. You don't even talk to the people that walk around like them. Unless they came out of a house like she did. You notice this woman walked out of a house? Well, she wants us to talk to her father before we leave, so we're going back in the house. And we actually get to go inside this house. There she is. Each town has a wise man. Learn from him. Yeah, I figured. That's right, every town does have a wise man. They're in one of the houses in the town, usually at least. And they're in this basement area at the back of the house. If we go in here and talk to this fellow, in Parappa Desert, use this magic to survive. Yeah, and he just whacks his cane downwards, and the screen flashes, and we get the shield spell, first magic spell of the game. So you look at the top left of the screen, it's got the magic bar up there. We need to use the magic to cast the shield spell, which makes our defense better for a short time. One thing about these old men is that his beard is animating. His beard's puffing away for some reason there. And his left hand is just sort of patting his beard over and over. That's an animation they added in the Western version. The Japanese version was a bit more limited in some ways. Had less animations and things, and the old wizard man is one of the examples. Not really a big deal, but it's something I knew. Anyway, every town, or most of them at least, have a wise man that can give you a new magic spell, and you want to get them all. They're useful. Especially the life spell, which is the only way you have to heal yourself. For the most part. Get candle in Parappa Palace, go west. Nice and simple. Yeah, there's a candle in the first palace. The first palace is the first place that I'm planning to go. Planning to go very shortly. Unlike the first Zelda though, I've got to be careful because this is a very hard game, as I said. Very, very hard indeed. And it's very, oh, this is nice. The cave's dark. It's all dark. That's why Link's blue here. You can light up the cave later on with a thing that lights them up. But on our first trip in here, we don't have that luxury. And despite us not being able to see stuff, didn't stop the programmers from putting enemies in here. Or at least I thought so. Yeah, you can barely see it walking on the ground. You can barely see little black bits in the ground beneath us. So that was nice, wasn't it? How kind. The first little dungeon area in the whole game. And you're attacked by invisible enemies that you wouldn't even see. That's really a very good sign of what this game has in store for us. Now, I'm going to try and avoid the enemies. The big black man enemies are the harder enemies, and the little blobs are easier. So if you're trying to avoid getting hit, you want to hit the blobs, and not the big black men. Now I've got to navigate this special section of the overworld. If those bubbles hit us, we'll get hit, quite possibly knocked into the water and killed, losing one of our 3 lives. I don't want to lose our 3 lives. There's a thing here that I want. A heart container. Yes, that increases our maximum life. This is a rather strange game because it's got an experience system. Holy smokes. By the way, yeah, your eyes aren't deceiving you. I'm already almost dead. This guy hit us, what, twice? One more hit might have done us in. Anyway, 20 experience. This game's weird. The heart container gives us 1 more bar of maximum health up there. We got 5 bars instead of 4 now. But the experience system lets us increase the life bar as well. But that doesn't make the bar have more bars in it. It just makes you take less damage each time you get hit. So basically it's your defense that's going up, but it calls it life, so it's a little confusing. Anyway, now we've got to go back here. I got the heart container. That'll help us. That's good. You really got to keep your wits about you, because you've got 3 lives, and when you lose all them, you get sent back to the start of the game again. And also you lose all the experience that you had towards your next level up. You don't lose all your levels, mercifully, but you lose all the experience. Now there's balls walking towards us, flying towards us, but we got that green stick in front of Link. It's his shield. And if he's not attacking, then the thing blocks stuff, just like in the first game. There's some elements from the first game that remained in this one. They didn't just chuck everything out the window. And here's the first palace. If you stab that thing, then something good might happen, or something bad might happen. In this case, nothing happened at all. So hey ho, into the palace we go. Whoa whoa whoa. Down this convenient express elevator that they have. Oh, I didn't mean to get hit by them. Oh man, those things take your experience away when you get hit. We had 23 experience before, now I got 13. Another pleasant design choice that they made. Now, there's another pleasant thing. Brother. These are just those enemies that never stop coming, and they don't get killed either. I mean, they don't give you experience. Let's get the blue blobs. They're scary, they bounce towards you. Every design decision they made in this game seems to be just to make it harder. Nintendo wanted you dead. They'd had enough with the first game. They took off the kiddie gloves. Zelda 2 is just... It is a slaughter fest from start to finish, and it only gets harder as the game goes on. There's a key. Yeah, there's keys in this game. Dungeons have keys that unlock doors. There's a lot of stuff that's similar to the first game in this. It's just that it's all a 2D platformer instead of the... Well, let's let him get down. I've got 49 experience, just 1 more for the thing. If you're going to jump down here, which you might not, I'm going to come back and get him. I'm going to make use of a clever trick though. Come on. I never commented on it either, but when you're at full health, like in the first game, you get a little laser at the end of your sword that fires off. Oh, magic. If an enemy drops a magic potion like that, that refills a little bit of your magic. It's nice when they do that, but they don't give you any experience when that happens. Now, we got a level up, we can make the life go up for 50 experience, or we can not do that and then work towards the next level up and get the magic or the attack instead. That's what I'm going to do. Unfortunately, we can't choose to make use of that level up until we get enough experience for the next one. As you can see in the top right, that's 100 that we need. We've got 53 now. And those things will do some considerable dent in that progress that I've made, so I'm not letting them do that. Let's get that down. The lift looks like the girders from Super Mario Brothers. I'm holding off because when you level up the life, it actually refills all of your health for you, which is nice. And the magic up refills all your magic. Now, I've got no idea if I'm going to make it through this dungeon on one life. I'm going to try. Now, I was really hoping to... this skull thing that's bouncing around gives you quite a lot of experience. Only problem is, I think it takes 256 hits to kill, which is quite a lot. But I would be willing to do it. Because you need that experience at this point in the game. Now, those guys don't appear on the far right, I see. So, they're more left-leaning in their political views. Ho ho ho. Don't know if Nintendo had a ban on politics back in the day. I guess they never really had to enforce it. They had one on religion, but politicalness was not something they cared about. Yeah, this is a good place. If he just comes over here, then I could keep doing this 256 times. I'm probably not going to force you to watch this. You might notice that just yet another thing that this game makes you work for. Every time you attack this thing, Link moves back slightly. And if he moves back too much, then he'll stop hitting it, and the thing will move and hit us. So, well, I got to keep walking forward every now and then.
Hey! Excuse me, princess!
I'll be back when 256 hits have been landed on this little glowy red, blue, orange skull thing with a jig. Oh, well, what do you know, speak of the devil. That didn't actually take that long. That really wasn't as bad as I assumed it would be. Maybe it's more like 100 hits. Uh-oh, the Skelly Welly. Come on, Skelly Welly. You didn't scale me. Hehe. 30 experience, good. Now, one harsh thing about this game is that the only way to heal yourself at any given time is with the magic spell Life, which we don't even have. And even that, at the very end of the game, when you've got the maximum, when you've leveled up your magic to the maximum, and you've got all the magic container things, even then I think you can only use the spell twice in one full bar of magic. And even then, it will only do enough to heal maybe, I think it heals like 3.5 bars of life per use, so it's not even enough for a complete health bar restoration. It really is like everything about this game was designed just to be hard. The only way you have to heal, aside from your magic life spell, is if you find a fairy. But they're not dropped from enemies. Enemies don't drop anything that heals life, unlike the magic pots. You really do just have to keep going and hope that you'll find a fairy. But the fairies just show up in particular specific spots. And they do appear in the dungeons, but pretty rarely. Now, 200 experience. I'm leveling up the attack with that, that's good. Excellent. Link's now stronger. Let's see how many hits the skeleton takes. I think it took 3 before, so that wasn't really a good demonstration of anything. But oh well. And there's a fairy. I'm not going to take that though. I'm going to save you. I don't know. I don't know the layouts of these dungeons. I probably should have taken that lift, the elevator on the left. Oh, this thing. The first insanely hard enemy in the game. Well, I mean, it's not so bad really, but well, it is actually quite bad if you don't know what you're doing. He attacks you and you've got to hit him in the part where his shield is not. And his shield changes positions constantly to try and mess with you. And holy smokes, look at that. We're already on low health now. I'm using the life up. One fight with that thing and I almost died. And I knew what I was doing. I could be using the shield magic to make this stuff easier, but I don't want to use that. Oh, a bag with the letter P on it. That gives you a tremendous amount of experience, so I see. Really quite surprised by that, honestly. I was figuring out what to do next, but I chose magic. 500, well, 200 experience from that. It's not bad. Yeah, it gives you, the bags give you more experience than the enemy would normally give you. Let's save that. It's not bad, really. Oh. One nice thing is that this laser sword thing doesn't do a thing against the more powerful enemies, like this thing here, who's right behind that locked door that we can't open because I don't have the thing to open it. Well, I must have missed a key somewhere earlier on. So I'll go back and get that. What's up here? You know, I'm pretty sure that that's the way to the end of the dungeon. Actually, maybe not. Let's go up. Let's find out. More of them. Oh yeah, don't. You're not taking my experience away. Whoa, whoa. That's good. Just like in the original Zelda, every dungeon has a special item for you to get. So you don't want to leave the dungeon without that. Oh dear. Well, just like the Hammer Brothers. Yeah, in fact, yeah, exactly like the Hammer Brothers, really. This thing is just a menace. But like the Hammer Brothers, if you get up close to them, at least the hammers, the base things arc over you. Good, that's good. What's in here? Oh, well, I might as well use the shelled spell. Oh, I didn't. I forgot how to even cast the spells. Whoa. Well, it wouldn't have helped anyway right now. Ugh. There. Oh. No. Ugh. Now. There. We've got keys. I'm going to go back this way and go down that other elevator that was back here. Not you again. I'm not bothering with that thing this time. Actually, I've changed my mind. I am bothering with this thing. Oh, bats. I think that thing takes away experience as well. Yeah, let's see how much this thing gets slammed for now. We've got 2 attack power now, so we should actually take a lot less attacks to take out. So that's one good thing. Let's find out together, huh? Uh-oh, I don't like you bouncing back over here. Oh well, he can do as he pleases. There we are. That wasn't so bad. This probably isn't a wise move considering my health. Well. What's over here? Another one of you. Oh, this is alright. I'll get a level up from this. There we go. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? I'm hoping there's not a big scary enemy over here though. Because I'm not in a... Oh, whoa. Really rocketed into me there. There's a few too many of these skulls for my liking. I don't like how you're coming directly at me. Crumbs. Yeesh. Okay. Well, let's run over here. I bet there's something in the middle of this thing to give me a hard time. Because it's Zelda 2. No, there wasn't. There's just one of these bags. Oh, that was nasty. Whee! There. I'm pretty sure there's a horrible enemy here. How do I use the thing? Oh, the select button, that's it. Okay, I'm shielded up now. I don't know why my magic went down so much, but it did. I guess the shield spell really just takes that much off of you. Right. Whoa. It's such a nerve-wracking experience playing this game. It's just, there's no, it's just very hard. Oh, fantastic. At least these things give you a bit of warning what way they're going to attack. It's a cold comfort, mind you. Look at this. It's just so hard to get a hit on these things. They do not relent. That shield is the masters of the shield. Ah, thank goodness though, I survived all of that. And I got the life up. Good. This is going very well. It's probably not going to go this well for that much longer. Made it through that gauntlet and we got the candle in the Parappa Palace, just like that child said to do. Remember? One other thing about this game is when you hit the walls with the sword, it bounces off them. This might be of use at some point, I don't remember. But that is a thing that happens. Of course, it might also bump you into bottomless pits, knowing this game. Whoa! Sheesh! Back over here again. I doubt that bag is going to reappear. Nope. That's okay. I don't think there's any chance of getting enough experience for the next level. Before the boss... Oh. Whoa! Whoa! Sheesh. So forget about those things. What's in here? Not the good thing. Sometimes those statues, when you hit them, give you a potion to fulfill all of your magic up. Then sometimes the statue comes to life and kills you. it tries to attack you because Nintendo was just so nice. You know, I was thinking about this the other day. Everybody loves Shigeru Miyamoto so much. What a great fellow, they say. What a chirpy chappy. But the only thing I see in these old 80s games is he was trying to kill you. All I see is he was a Berk. So many cruel decisions in these games. So many harsh designs. But now we're on the pathway to the boss. This is where things go down. I like how he's behind the door. Because yeah, he continues to try and attack you when the door is unlocking, and you will take damage while that's happening. That's all very nice. What now? Another one of you. I don't even want to fight him, because, well, I mean, I never want to fight him anyway, but the experience is going to be useless. Because when you finish off a dungeon, you get enough experience to take you up to the next level up, which is 400, as you can see. Those guys are pretty challenging now, but later on in the game you get even worse ones. It becomes just insane. Now here's the first boss. It's a man with a horse's head. And you got to hit him in the horse head. And he'll mace you while you do that. I've shielded up. And well, there's his life bar on the left. This is going fine. In the Japanese version he made big roaring noises. He roared. Sounded pretty scary to me. I probably would have been frightened as a child. I never had this game as a child. Never had this or the first one. First Zelda. Don't know what I would have made him. I think I would have been clobbered. I was much worse at games back then than I am now. There's a key. And that unlocks this. I don't know why they even bothered with that, because you can't leave the screen when he appears. You can't walk over to the right here anyway. So the locked door was really not necessary, but whatever, it was there. And now Link's gonna... Hey, what's this? I think you get to leave after the fight. Link's going to put his crystal in that thing. That big stone with a couple of stones under it on some platforms. That somehow helps Zelda come back to life. And now we get some more life. That's good, yeah, now we leave. And that's the end. Because we got the... because we collected the item in there, the dungeon is just a completely crumbled bunch of rocks now. We can't even go back in. They really... So they let you know there's nothing to get in there anymore, which is nice. Now before I leave here, I'm going to find the big black man and fight him when he appears, which he will, because I want to show something. Oh, come on, yes, there we go. Big black man. What happens really with these fights, these random fights, is the little blobs, if you hit them, then you end up in a fight with the less dangerous fight, basically. There'll be weaker enemies, or there'll be fewer enemies. Normally, in the desert here, the small blobs just result in these rocks flying at you. But in the big black man version, these white scraggly worm things are up. You poke them with the sword and they come down, and you hit the head to kill them. That's all that really is. Now we've done the first dungeon, we've done well for ourselves. The next level up is at 500 experience points. The higher up the levels go in this game, the more experience it takes to get them, which is normal, but in this game it really eventually starts to take ages to get enough experience for a level up. You'll be playing just for an hour or 2 hours till you get enough. Because the enemies don't give you terribly much more experience as you go on the game. This cave's different now, though we've lit it up with the candle, which appears at the bottom. There, look, there's the candle. This is one of those games as well that shows 2 lives, I see, even though we've got 3. It's one of those ones. 0 is a life. That all went really quite well. Really surprisingly well, honestly. Could go back to that town, but I'm going to take a boldness and go up here. What's this? That suspicious little forest. There's a special area here. With bats. Well, those bats will think batfully about being bats once I've batted them off to outer space. Which is where bats go when they're dead. That's the plot of Zelda. And that place was just a little bag of experience. Alright. Let's mosey on over here. Let's see what the enemies are like here as well. If we get into an encounter here, what's it going to be like? Well, it's the same as it was at the start. These things, which were giving me such a hard time at the beginning. Whoa. You hear that? Link tries to block these things with his shield. It just keeps on making sounds. Can't get too complacent. Let's head over to town. In we are. What's town this? What's town this? Town of Rutto. Okay, Rutto. Now that was the Zora girl that fell in love with Link and wanted him to marry him. Wanted him to marry her. It wasn't that progressive back then. It's the 90s. Wanted him to marry her. And she got uncomfortably up close and personal to him in the water outside of the giant fish dungeon for the kids. And that was all quite uncomfortable, I remember. Let's get healed. Oh yeah, the other thing, the first town didn't have this, but here you can talk to the old woman. She says stop and rest here, and she tellies into her housey, and... oh, she closes the door. Well, if I'd been faster going in, she would have healed her magic. Once again, it doesn't show you what she does. It's up to your imagination. What's inside this house? Oh, it's this fine fellow. I am Error. He's famous. Everybody knows this man. He's notorious. I bet in the early 2000s people used to make fun of him. It was like all your base are belong to us. It was one of those early memes, before they called them memes. I am Error. There's actually a reason though why he says that. It's quite... everybody thought that was just some weird, stupid old Nintendo glitch or something. But no, his name literally is Error. And somebody else later in the game talks about him, refers to him as Error, and says go and talk to him again, and then he says something else. Find magic in a cave south of Castle. Is there a cave south of Castle? I didn't even know that. What's this woman have to say? I've forgotten this game. I did play it once 10 years ago. Goria of Tantari stole our trophy. Goria of Tantari? I have no idea who that even is, or where that is. Here's a fat woman. Use keys in palaces they are found in. Yeah, you can't carry your keys over from one dungeon to the next dungeon in this game. What do? Do not go south without a candle. We've got one of those. So Goria stole her precious, the town statue. We've got to get that thing back. Hello, young fellow. So let's do that. Progress is down here. But Progress is not my middle name. We better get that statue back, and I remember where the statue is now. I remember, it's up here. I was avoiding this cave, but I shouldn't have really avoided it. Let's get the statue back that she was talking about. There's a thing here. Bat. There's the... oh, I don't want to... I'm not liking this. Oh, it's an Octorok! An Octorok that nearly killed me. I dislike this so much that I'm leaving and coming back in. I'm going to slam that bat before the bat gets any chance to cause mischief. There. Well, caused quite a bit of mischief, but whatever. Don't want to get hit into the lava. Instant death. If that happens. You might have noticed Link gets knocked back really far. Oh, come on, look at this. That's a super bad guy. That's not just a boomerang thrower, that's a red boomerang thrower. But we've got a lot of experience and stuff, so how hard can this be? Ah, I was doing quite well there, but then I stopped doing well. Well, at least the shield blocks them. Here's a little angel statue. Angelic fig. That's the statue of the town. Let's return with that. And then we'll get the next magic spell. Out we go, Link. Huh? You're back. I think that Link keeps the spell active for as long as he's in the current screen. When he switches to a new area, when he moves screens like this, he loses it. So that's where that works. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. That person said something about a cave south of the castle. Which is not something I remembered existing. Oh dear, that thing's trailing me. I didn't remember this. I'm going to go back here and heal first, though. like I said. And now I'm going left. Oh! Eh! Come on! Huh? That. Yeah, let's go down here. I think I maybe do remember, actually. I think I do remember what's here. Yeah, there's a cave. I think there's a maximum magic extending thing here. If we get past all the bugs. Just as well, actually, it's just as well we came here now, because this place would have been pitch black if we didn't have the candle. You need the candle to light all these caves, I think. I mean, I guess it might be possible to get through the caves without any candles. There's the magic potion. One more magic thing now. One more bar of magic. One more block. One blockeration can be used of magic, more than we could before. One block Sorelli. One blockitudinal. That looks a little suspicious over there. What's over here? Oh, a red slime. That just seems to be the same as the blue one. I think maybe it takes one less hit. Oh, there's nothing here. Whatever. You could get through the whole game without the candles, but it wouldn't be much fun. Right, let's go back and give that statue to the woman here who wanted the statue. Wasn't you. You're the healer woman. Wasn't you. You're the magic woman. Wasn't that. That was the fat woman, I believe, in there. There was a woman that was outside of her house. There she is. Here. You saved the trophy. Oh, well, she said come in. Trophy, that's the word they use for it. I wonder what she won the trophy for then. Maybe it was the Hyrule Tiddlywinks Championship. With this, you can jump very high. I don't know if Hyrule has Tiddlywinks. It's a sport in the real world. I don't know if Tiddlywinks is well known. Tiddlywinks. That's not a word I made up. That's a sport. I think it might just be Britain. It's a sport where you... well, I call it a sport. Most people wouldn't be that charitable, but you have a bunch of little coloured discs, and you throw the discs in a certain way, according to certain rules. It's one of those strange, stupid things, like Conkers. One of those just barmy British games that just exist for no reason. One of those things that really should have died off 200 years ago, but for some reason it just didn't. I don't know why. In the age of... even in the 80s when you had games like this, there was no reason for Conkers to exist anymore. That's a game where you... two English children... because I don't think Scotland did it. Two English children find an acorn and then they tie them strings on them and try to smash each other's acorn. It's like Pokemon, I suppose. A very extremely basic version of that, where there's exactly one type of Pokemon, and the level of your acorn is how big and strong it is. And I don't... children being children, they'd be competing for like a penny or a single sweet out of a packet of sweets or candies. Sorry, that's the kind of stakes you're dealing with in the fast and loose world of children's gambling. If you've heard of Conker the Squirrel, though, then now you know where his name came from. That's some interesting trivia. Oh, hey, I was getting slammed by two different directions there. That wasn't fair. Banged from both ends. That's not very nice. Where are we now? I probably should have quit and stopped playing, but I just enjoy this game so much. I can't stop myself, it seems. I'm a real sucker for challenges. Insanely hard games that nobody would want to play. That's my bread and butter. I cannot get enough of this sort of stuff. Now, what's this? This jump is too high. That's why we got the jump spell, my good Orchin. Hey, there we go. Jump. And like every other spell, it wears out when you leave the screen. As Kaslash! There. What's this? Oh, that's what we like to see! Or at least it would be if I could reach it. That took more effort than it should have done. Now, we're going to walk out here. We can walk in here, but it's a swamp. And we get caught easily in the swamp. Link moves slowly in the swamp, both on the world map and in the inside place that this is. It's not nice. But we can safely make our way out there. Now, let's see if we can get to the first thing that's here. Nope, let's go this way this time. Left is for boring. Let's go right. Ah! Sheesh. Out of there. Now, there's got to be a town somewhere around here. I think we'll go there, and then call it quits. Oh, this looks rather tantalising. Near though. I don't know you. I can't remember if they ever come back. They probably don't, in this game. So I'm going to leave that there. Onto the bridge. I was a bit scared of coming onto the bridge. No bottomless pits so far, though. It's really the death pits that I'm worried about more of all. Oh, yeah. Death pits. Eesh. Oh, that was quite nice. Quite tame. What's here? Whoa, bouncing blue things. I don't know what that even is. Is that a beak? That white thing in the front? I think it's a beak. Ah, it's a pea bag. A bag of pea. Just like in the Mario Brothers, the P switches. I don't know what the P stands for in either of these games. Nintendo has some fixation with the letter P, and I don't know what it is. I mean, I feel like it's... My Nintendo instincts are telling me it's POW. This is great, by the way. A double-sided boomerang brother fight. Who came up with this stuff? Yeah, just run into him, Link. There. Let's head to town. I'm going to heal and then we'll carry this on some other time. Water Town of Saria. That's the little girl from Ocarina of Time. Hello. I realise oh no, there's evil citizens. That's right, some of them are Ganon, such as her. So you're not even safe in the towns. Well, how do you like that? We got a level up out of that. You're not even safe inside the dwellings of Domiciliage. It's just typical Nintendo. Can't even talk to these two. And of course, if you talk to somebody when you're standing right on top of them, and they turn into one of those things, it hurts you immediately. Too busy to talk to a stranger? You weren't too busy to spend 5 seconds to type out all of that text in that box to say that, mister. I love how long it takes these old games to say speech. You could have just made it instantly appear or something. Eyes of Ganon are everywhere. That's what that monster was. Right, goodbye everybody. Have a nice Link until next Zelda.